sure everything's good. Alright, we good on that end, so I need to go ahead and pull up the comments. What's up to everybody that's tuning in right now? This is the Q&A live stream. Pull up my comments on here and get started. Hopefully you all are having a good day. DDS. Oh crap, I keep on playing this one I'm not even supposed to be playing. Tripping. Man, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna play this. Hold on, get this ready. What's up, Nicole Black? How are you today? What's up, Edwin? Hope all is well with you. Oh, ain't no problem. I enjoy doing these live streams. I'm just trying to get everything together, but y'all start asking questions or whatever. Hopefully the quality is good. My laptop froze. I'm trying to get the comments. What's up, Jason Battle? Why can't I get the comments up here? What's up, Sub-Zero? Appreciate you tuning in from France. No problem, Nicole. That's good to hear. But I cannot get these comments up. How was all y'all weekend? I've pretty much been like snowed in. The best production laptop for me, I use the MacBook, man. But I really don't make beats on this though. No, I don't have a subwoofer. I have no need for it right now. I feel like that'll be overdoing it, but I'll probably eventually get one. Let me close this out real quick so that way I can just have the chat up. Alright, there we go. Much better, much better. I want to send you a track. I didn't make it, but I want to know what you think. I'm doing the beat reviews on Wednesday more than likely. I think I'm gonna do the Q&As or whatever these are called. It's not really question and answer, just be talking. I think I'm gonna do that on Sundays and then review music on Wednesdays. What's up, Stanley? I appreciate you tuning in. That's my cousin, y'all. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. What's up, Julian? What's up? I don't want to mess your name up. Upperculum Audio. Hopefully I said that right. High Key. I'm gonna say Machine. I have FL on here, but I don't ever use FL. I have it, but I have it on here too. I just never use it. I should see if I could do it or use it, but. What's up, man? Will you be making a tutorial on mixing? I could give you all the mixing information that you need from my perspective right now. If you want me to, I'll give you all of that information. What's up, BK Banger? Appreciate you tuning in, man. What's up, Marty? No, I'm not doing reviews right now. I'm only doing that on Wednesdays. I just feel like on Sundays, these just be like chilling. Like, I used to try and do my beat making live streams, but I prefer to do this stuff now where I just talk. I mean, if I end up making the beat, I end up making the beat, but I don't really prepare to make a beat. Just be like, whatever happens, happens. And no, I'm not listening to beats right now. Those were my beats I was playing a second ago. Sent you a message on Insta. I had to check it. I only check my DMs like maybe once a day, maybe once every 2 days. It really varies, honestly. But I'll check it. Where am I at? One question. Can you expand on assigning samples to pads after you slice them? Once you slice them, I'm assuming you're talking about you use Machine. So if you use Machine, you have to apply it. Like there's a way to apply it after you chop it up in the top on the like controls. You'll be able to apply it and you'll be good to go. Where was I at? What's up, Terrence Monday? I appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Ricky Mac Beats? Do you have the micro MK3? Yeah, I had a micro MK3. It is over there, but I have it. I'm gonna start doing more videos about the micro. Sometime this week, I'm gonna start uploading those. I'm not listening to beats right now, honestly. This is just the chilling, talking, whatever you want to call it, where people can get information, pick my brain for a little bit. Like I said, if I end up making a beat, I end up making a beat, but I don't really plan on it. Your Child's Play instrumental was crazy. I appreciate it. Appreciate that, man. Can I send you something for critiques offline instead of live? If you prefer to do it offline, I just like doing it live because you get more opinions than just mine. Like a lot of people will give you feedback on it. Like we had a lot of fun with the last one, so it's not just me. But I mean, if you want to send it, you can. Would you give a tutorial on how to build a website for selling beats? I can do that. I mean, the way I sell my beats is through BeatStars, and they have a pro page that you can make, and you just got to make a domain and attach it to it, and from there, when you attach it, it's pretty much good to go. You don't really need anything else. I do have my own website though, but I could do that. That's not complicated. Do you think MacBooks are most recommended or even needed to make radio quality music? You can make radio quality music with anything. I wouldn't necessarily say a MacBook has to be it. It's just my workflow works better with Mac. When I was using FL Studio, it was better for me to I was fine using PC, but when I got the machine and stuff, I felt like machine and Windows wasn't working together well. But as soon as I switched over to Apple, I didn't have any problems at all. Do I mix a machine? No, I don't really mix a machine. I use Logic to mix. I know how to mix a machine because it's all pretty much the same, but I just like Logic's workflow when it comes to mixing better. Haven't had a chance to go in depth with my MK3 lately. School got me busy. That's how I be, man. But just take a little bit of time every day and just jump on it. You'll be good. What do you think about producing a machine and mixing FL Studio? That's what I did for a while. I did that for a few months back in, I think I did it for longer than a few months. I probably did it for a few months. Probably did it for about 4 months or so. Nothing wrong with it though. It's just I like Logic. I like the sound quality of Logic over the sound quality in FL Studio though. I will say that. I'll put that out there. Let me see something real quick. Nope, I haven't tried. I've never had an MPC. How do I develop transitions in a beat or a song? I don't know if it's a beat or song in a beat, going from verse to chorus. I just be honestly just change something up. Change the majority of the time for me. My drums change. The instruments would change. I might have different patterns on the instrument that would change. Stuff like that. Everybody asking for my email to send a beat. I'm not playing beats tonight. If that's what you think I'm doing. Did I teach myself how to make beats? Yeah, pretty much like YouTube. But at the time, YouTube wasn't filled with tutorials like it is now. Let's see. When you mix in Logic, are you exporting to Logic as all wave format? Talking about the stems from machine, I export the wave files and drag them into Logic, and then I mix them. And then when I export from there, I export MP3 and wave, because if I'm selling the beat on BeatStars, I post I post the wave up there. But if I'm just sending it to an artist to listen to, I send it via I send MP3. My top 3 machine expansions are Aquarius Earth, Headland Flow, and I had to look for another one. Let's see, off the just to figure out what it is. I don't know. Headland Flow, and then there was another one I liked. I liked Infamous Flow, and then it was, what's the other one called? I can't remember the name of it. Street Swarm. But Aquarius Earth is my favorite one though. Pin a comment saying that you are doing beat reviews. Good idea. I'm about to do that right now. That was really smart. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Beat reviews return on Wednesday, supposedly. How do I even pin it? I don't even know. I can't even pin it, but it's all good. Do you think it's true if you play something in FL Studio and play the same exact thing in Logic, it will sound different? Logic sound quality really superior. I think it's superior when I mixed my beats over when I mix my beats in FL Studio versus when I mix them in Logic. I could hear the difference. I don't know what it was because I don't understand the what am I trying to say? I'm not the technical person to understand all the underlying things, but I could hear the difference. And it could just be me though, but I felt like I like it. But that'll go like with people saying Pro Tools sound better than FL Studio. Do you use guitar generators like Orange Tree Samples? They got some nice realistic ones. No, I get guitars from Native Instruments. Has some contact libraries with guitars, and you just go through them and find the different things excuse me, in there and just do it. Or you can get some loops. Yo, DDS, are you gonna get feedback on beats as far as mastering your overall sound? I did overall sound. If something was like too quiet, all that stuff. If it was too loud, all that stuff, all that wonderful stuff. I use Lizard Lounge in Ableton. I don't have Lizard Lounge. Would it be best to get a desktop for the MK3? Because all I currently have is a laptop. A laptop is good. You don't need that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no, you don't need a desktop. It's about whatever works better for you if it's powerful enough to work. I make radio quality music with a pencil and a school desk. Hey man, more power to you. It ain't about what you got, it's how you use it. I love these loops in here. I don't like the quality of the stream though. I like the fact that since I'm using this light now, I didn't like it before because I liked having the light from there, like the blue and all that stuff coming over here, and it was just the vibe. But I actually like this better. It makes the stream look a lot more quality. This is Infamous Flow that I'm going through right now. You also have to update your notifications because I got the memo you were doing beat reviews, but this is obviously a Q&A. I don't know why on the thing that I put up it says Q&A live stream 120. I don't know, man. That's YouTube stuff. Let me go look at it again. But thank you for notifying me. I'm about to go check it right now. Even though here it say Q&A live streams. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me refresh this page and look at it again. I got people sending me beats. They gonna have to sit there. The only thing about that is like if you send me your stuff now, you have to probably resend it on Wednesday, because people were sending me stuff throughout the week after I was live with the last one. Yeah, when I refresh the page it still says it, so I don't know what the deal is with that at all. But I'm glad y'all told me. That's something for me to look into for the next one. Then the next one is gonna say I'm doing Q&A. Use that for real 4 times intro. Repeat style. I used to do that. So how was y'all weekend, man? What y'all do? Man, it's been snow up here like crazy. We were supposed to get another snowstorm on Tuesday, but it looked like they changed that. Relaxing is always good. I went to see a movie. I went to see Glass. I was a little disappointed in that movie. Finally got my machine up and running and made 2 beats. That's good, man. Keep on working. What do you mean by soundscapes? Break it down. Like, are you talking about pads or like sequences, or what you talking about? So that way, I could give you an answer on that. Have a machine studio collecting dust, and I use Reason to make beats. I just need to know what computer will run machine good. I say a Mac. I was in live stream with DJ Av and Mr. Different earlier, and we were talking about this. Like, machine to me runs better on Mac than it does on Windows completely. But it could have just been a computer I had. But I don't know. Could just be my experience. People still sending beats. He said, great channel, bro. Respect. I appreciate that. I don't know why they sent out the notification saying that I was doing that when I changed the title and everything. I don't know, man. YouTube errors. And no problem, no problem. But I don't know what that person meant by soundscapes. Because what I'm going through now are loops. My top 3 favorite VSTs of right now. Contact, Dome 3, I've been using that a lot, and Contact, Dome 3, probably Omnisphere, because I use Keyscape through Omnisphere and mix some stuff together. So those are probably my top 3 right now, and just under that is Nexus though, because I still use Nexus. Sequencing. You mean like where they have it's basically a loop, is what you're saying? Because there are sequence soundscapes. Like, I could play you some right now. Let me see. Go to Absinthe. Soundscapes. Stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. I don't mind using stuff like that. I think that's my current problem. I have a laptop, but certain sounds won't come through. Saving money to get a better laptop. Yeah, when I was trying to run Omnisphere at one point off of a laptop, it just wouldn't work at all. What Nexus expansions you get? I got probably 80% of the Nexus expansions, to be honest with you. I got too many of them. Anything that sounds interesting, like, that's one thing I like about Nexus. Like, I'll open up Nexus real quick and show you some of the sounds in there that I be using. I'm gonna do a whole video dedicated to Nexus probably this week. I gotta map out what all I want to talk about, because I feel like Nexus is the most loved and the most hated VST. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people think it's been overused. But I love Nexus. Nexus is like, Nexus changed my life. Let me see something. Like, I could use this in a beat. Like, that's what I consider like a soundscape sometimes. Play it down here real quick. I like this setup better, having my keys up here, my machine down here. What's some of y'all favorite VSTs though? Like, what do y'all use a lot? Like, what's your go-to? Give me 2 of your go-to VSTs. Which song you talking about? He's about this one or the sequence that I was playing? That's 2 for Omnisphere and Nexus. I'm telling you, man, people be hating on Nexus, Funky Fingers. I started to get that and I never got it. That sequence I used was called Green Light, and if you, I don't know which expansion this was a part of though. That's the only thing about it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was a part of Millennium Pop, but it sounds better when it's sped up. Let me see. Hypersonic 2, I ain't know if anybody else was, I haven't heard anybody mention that in a long time, man. I loved Hypersonic. That was my very first VST, and then when I got Nexus, it was like, that's gone. I made a lot of great beats with it. Electra X, I've never had Electra X. I probably should check it out. You don't know what Omnisphere is, man? Omnisphere is great. It has, the only thing I don't like about Omnisphere, sometimes they have like too many sounds. I get lost sometimes, but for the most part, it's dope. You know, like Funky Fingers, most of the sounds are recycled. Man, that's what I don't like about some VSTs. Some of the stuff be super recycled, or drums. Like, that's a lot of reasons. That's part of the reason why I don't buy a lot of different drums, because they end up being the same thing that I already had. But in this switch, I feel like I could just do that, put that on TV. Try the new Pigment synth by Trua. No, I haven't. I have a bunch of their stuff that I never use. I have too many VSTs, honestly. I only use the same ones over and over, but I have way too many. I only use it for drums and 808s. Well, that could be a good use for it. If you find it useful for that, that's, I mean, that's a use. When I saw the advertisement for it, I just wasn't really sold on it. Like, when I have Keyscape, Keyscape is the best. Nothing is touching Keyscape when it comes to pianos that I would buy. I have other pianos that I like that I had prior to getting Keyscape that are good, but I feel like Keyscape is still that top one. What's up, Aunt Doom? Thank you for tuning in, man. I'm doing well. Hopefully you doing well. I appreciate you. Never heard of those. Are those Nexus expansion sounds on Nexus? All these sounds I'm going through right now are Nexus, so there probably are expansions. Does Omnisphere, Nexus and Omnisphere work with the LCD or your complete control keyboard? Are you talking about for browsing? If you're talking about for browsing, I forgot the name of the person that made it, but someone made a template for it where all of the stuff will show up there. I just didn't get that myself, but it's out there. Keyscape sample sizes are insane, but the quality is top notch. Exactly. That's what I love about it, man. That's probably the one VST I use the most is Keyscape. I know I said Omnisphere, but that's because I layer Omnisphere and Keyscape together, and I can make like a piano pad, which I should do right now. But yeah, I love Keyscape. That was a good investment, especially when you already have Omnisphere. They gave you like another 1,000 sounds to use, so it was that was dope. What was I looking at on here? These sequences. Alright, did you buy the Nexus complete? No, I bought Nexus when I was working at a factory, and when I got a first nice size check, I bought Nexus. I had already had Nexus because I had it on a computer that I got to make beats on, but I wanted to be legit, so I bought it as soon as I got money. And then I started buying like the different expansions over time. You ever worked off vinyl, or just was always into working from scratch? I've never worked off of vinyl. I want a record player, but not to I guess I would use it to record, but not record, like to record my samples is what I was saying. But I don't have one right now, but I do want to start a vinyl collection. That's something I'll probably start next year. Sitting back and putting that together. Keyscape is worth every dollar that it costs. One thing about Nexus though, like I'm gonna do a whole Nexus video because I really feel like people don't understand all the stuff you could do with it. But I'm not running into the good sequences I was looking for to prove my point. Like this, for example. Down here it's like this, and you go up here, it's something different. And I think that's dope. And then on top of that, you could turn layers off so it'll sound different. Have you ever mixed in headphones? If so, what happened? Oh, no, I thought you said what happened. If so, what headphones did you use? No, I haven't mixed in headphones, but the way I mix, I really don't. It really wouldn't matter because, excuse me, I'm already used to where certain things go. And I would just be able to, like, when I mix, this is why I was saying before, I could tell y'all right now about how I mix without doing a tutorial. And it's just because I don't mix based off of sound starting out. I go in and I know I want my kick in between -5 and -9 dB. So depending on what kick it is, I have to match somewhere in that number. And then I just go like that, and I know I want this panned over here, this panned over here. All of my pianos are gonna be panned right there. This gonna go right there. This gonna go panned over there. That's what I should have said. And all this other stuff. So since I already know that, and it's easy for me to mix my beats because everything pretty much flows. Like I know I want my hi-hats bouncing back and forth, so I already know where to do that. Have it already loaded. So it's weird how I mix. It's all based off of numbers to me. What's up, DJ Pablo? Thank you for tuning in, man. Just up here talking, really. How was your weekend? How do I mix my 808s and my kicks? My 808 hits quieter than my kick. My kick is always above the 808, and that's how I do it. What's up, Lorenzo White? I feel like a lot of people overthink stuff when it comes to mixing and all that. I think it's all about, as long as your stuff sound good, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like all that other stuff, like a lot of people saying it's not like you're impressing other producers and stuff, but if you're having a problem with your stuff sounding good, that's a different story. But I feel like it's all, as long as you sound good, you're good to go. I'm about to pull up some Keyscape and just mess around real quick. So what y'all think about Soulja Boy right now? Do y'all think Soulja Boy is a legend? I'm assuming you're saying good for your weekend. That's good, man. Can't wait for the next video. It'll be out soon. It'll be out soon. If it wasn't for Soulja Boy, I wouldn't be making beats right now. Say I mastered machine right now. I mean, I feel like I know a lot, but I feel like it's still some stuff that I probably don't know. I mean, when I got the Machine MK3, all the machines are pretty much the same. They all pretty much do the same thing. You just have to know how to work it basically. So it might have took me a few weeks to really learn how to use Machine, but once I took those few weeks, it took time for me to really get to know it as much as I know it now. And you know, it's just something that I do every day. You do it every single day, you're gonna be good at it. What's up, Levon Hawkins, watching from Germany? I appreciate you, man. Let me go back to the Soulja Boy comments up here. He's alright, yeah, definitely, man. How long did it take? I did that? No, but he did prove. Oh, he did provide the blueprint for all these new schools to be successful. Yeah, that's true. And he did. He showed all the people that he put on, though. For real, for real. We was talking about that in the podcast earlier. I was like, Soulja Boy a legend, man. He funny though. He funny, but he a legend though. He a legend. For real, for real. What's up? Produced by Cruiser. He did set a lot of trends, open a lot of doors. I would say that. Yeah, he did. Definitely. I just remember watching his stuff like way back in the day, like in middle school. Like when Crank That came out, I want to say I was probably in 8th grade. And then over time, it just went crazy. Like I still got all. Let me see. Do I have that hard drive over here? This little dusty hard drive right here is all the music I had back in probably from 08. No, I'm talking about 08. This had to be like something like 05, 06. All the stuff up until like 2012. And this majority music. So I got old Drake in here. I got all the Lil Wayne mixtapes that probably hard to find now. Got them on here. Like this is back when Dat Piff used to be popping. Download everything off of Dat Piff. And I have it sitting right up on here. And I need to back this one up so that way I don't lose it. Like this is like a piece of history right here. It's crazy. It's crazy. How much do you sell beats for to local artists? And is your rate the same for mainstream artists? And do you regret signing a publishing deal? I don't have a publishing deal. I have an administration deal, so my situation is different. And as far as beats to artists, like local artists, like if I'm dealing with an artist or a record label, in my opinion, of course, that's going to be different. A major label or an artist is going to have a bigger budget than a local artist. I just think that's how it go. I know a lot of people that do that. But what was I gonna say about that? I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I always say how much do I say? But I mean, my beats for like a local artist, it depends on what they doing. It depends on their how much they had to spend. Are they looking for a lease? Because I have beats available for lease, but not every single beat goes up for lease. And then on top of that, if you want the exclusive, it's like, okay, well, what's your budget? You know, stuff like that. It varies. What do you think some ways of being original producer would be? What do you think some ways of being original producer? Are you saying like being original, like in your own style? Is that what you're saying? Or are you staying like, what do you mean by being an original producer? If you're saying like with your own style, I just say it's like doing what's true to you, and then people will come to you and say you have a sound. I have people come to me and say I have a sound, and I don't even know what that is. They be like, yeah, I want your sound, or can you help me with this track because if I feel like your sound will fit on this. And it's like I just be making beats. I don't be thinking about it like that. Like I like pianos. I know at one point people were like, oh, you always have pianos in your beats. I don't have pianos in my beats all the time now, but people still say that's my sound. So I don't understand that, but I guess I'll get it one day. And he popped off at a young age. He still has a lot of years ahead of him. Yeah, Soulja Boy popped. Soulja Boy only 2 years older than me, so that was like motivation. I'd be sitting there watching this kid on MySpace. Like I was popping on MySpace, and it probably came from wanting to be like popular like Soulja Boy. Knock Squared in the building. What's up, man? I appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, man. Let me see. Are you talking about? Let me go back. I'm skipping around. DJ 305 trying to get my MK3 and Pioneer controller or 1200s. DJ set it up, man. Where Drake? Man, that's the funniest interview of the year, and I think that's gonna be I don't know. I said of the year. The year just started. I think that's gonna be their biggest interview, because it's already, I want to say, past 9 million views. But that's marketing though. That marketing with that is crazy. Are you talking about the Scott mixtapes? I used to wear those. I don't even remember what they was called. I don't even think I had mixtapes. I used to download songs off of MySpace, bro. I don't even know how I used to download songs off of MySpace, but all that stuff is history on here. This is like a bunch of my old pictures, a bunch of my old Photoshop projects, and then I got old beats on here, and then on top of that, just that music I used to collect. So everybody was putting out mixtapes every so often. It was like just crazy. What do you think about that Akai Force, if you haven't spoken about it already? I talked about that with DJ Av and Mr. Different today. And my thoughts on it is it's cool. I feel like it's something that would get me out of working in the... I wouldn't have to work right here. I could literally take that somewhere, plug it into a wall, put my headphones in, don't need nothing else. It's like I could sit up there and just work and don't need no computer, don't need nothing. It's cool. But if I want to use the sounds that I use now and have all my VSTs, and it's kind of like I'm cutting all that off. Like, yes, it comes with its own sounds and stuff, but when I have all this stuff that I've invested in, I won't be able to use it with that because I'm on the go and it's not attached, unless they have a way for you to still, which they probably will have a way for you to plug it in and use it with that stuff as well. So I don't know, I'm interested in it. Like I said in the live stream with them, like if Akai is watching and they want to send me one, I'm open to it. You know, I'll check it out. But I'm not against the standalone units, and I'm not somebody that's like, oh, it has to be standalone. I think it's interesting. Alright, I went down. Let me go back up. Soulja did lead the way for these new artists, though. He did, and as he was up there pulling everything up, like, I got this person. One that personally got me was Lil B. Like, in high school, I used to listen to Lil B, and people thought I was crazy. I'll be like, man, y'all need to listen to Lil B, Lil B, Lil B. And then it was crazy. I met Lil B at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and we saw each other, and I just walked up to him, and I was like, hey, man, it's nice to meet you, blah, blah. He was like, I didn't say who I was or nothing. He just looked at me. He was like, I know who you are, and I appreciate what you do. And I was like, you know who I am? And he was like, yes, thank you. He put his hand on my shoulder, and he walked away, and I was like, wow, like that was strange. But man, when he said that he reintroduced Lil B, I felt like that was true, because I remember Lil B had a song called I Am God, and Soulja Boy had something to do with it. I don't remember how. I think Soulja Boy used the beat too, and then Lil B ended up using it or something like that, and that was my introduction to Lil B. But I know he was with the Pack. I saw your comment over there, Knox Squared. Yeah, it was just odd. I'm like, you know who I am? Like, okay, cool. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Alright, now where was I at? Do you like sampling or making your own stuff? I like doing both. I'm more into sampling now because I just like having fun. Like, I used to not sample because I don't know, it's like I didn't want to go through the process of finding the key, the key that the sample's in, all that stuff. But when I got Serato sample, it made a lot of stuff easier, and it was automatically time stretched and all that. So I just started working with that, and I'll be sampling like crazy. Like that sample I threw up last night where I sampled I'm Blue, that was just random. I just came across the song and I was like, oh, I'm about to sample that, and it turned out good. It was something different, but it turned out pretty good. But I like doing it all, honestly. And then on top of that, some people don't sample because of the money and getting clearance and stuff, but I don't really care about that. It's like, I learned that samples take you back, and that's where my whole thing now is I'm about to sample music I was raised on. Like, I know a lot of times I sampled older stuff that was even before my time, but like this sample beat right here, I got a couple sample beats. I'll play a couple of them, well, just snippets of them real quick. Like this right here. Even though with this one I feel like I didn't really do that much to it because the beat was already cold. I just added drums and bass to it. And then you got like this one right here. But yeah, that was Lil Jon. So that's me saying, like, I'm gonna start going back through. Like, I could probably load up this whole hard drive and find a whole bunch of stuff to sample. And that's just from my era of being in like middle school through high school. But I saw somebody said they thought that was Chris Brown. That was Sierra, and that was Promise. You good at doing trap beats? Don't do this. People do be saying I'm a trap producer, but I don't even think I make trap beats. So that's the whole thing. Like I feel like I have my own. I mean, I took the trap elements of the drums and the 808s, and I feel like I just mixed it in with what I do. I don't really look at it like, oh, I'm making trap beats, personally. But people do be saying I have my sound, and I appreciate that, Steven. Hopefully I said it right, man. I'm still tripping on Migos and 21 The Bone. Yeah, I saw that, man. People just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't got no comment on that, man. Oh, man. I love the Tasty Burger beat. Not squared. I agree. That interview classic. Yeah, that Soulja Boy interview is classic. Like, I don't know. I haven't watched the interview and been that entertained the whole time. And then on top of that, it felt like he was saying a lot of truth in there. I know there's a lot of jokes and stuff going around, but I was like, some of the stuff he's saying is real. Which native instruments you got? The one that's 1,500 is worth it. Which thing you mean, Steven? When you say which native instruments I got, the one that's 1,000 or 500. You gotta let me know what you mean. Like, are you talking about machines? Go back up here real quick. Are you going to Hell of a Beat Boot Camp next weekend? And have you ever been to one? I'm supposed to be going. You said the price. This machine that I have right here, I think it's $600. That's the MK3. The studio is 1,000, or was 1,000. I don't think it's 1,000 now, but it was 1,000. I don't use that one anymore because it's too big for what I try to do. But as far as the Beat Boot Camp, I'm supposed to be going. I'm supposed to be recording there, supposedly. Didn't finalize it yet, but I'm sure I'll be down there. I'm gonna record, like video record some stuff, like do a vlog and whatnot, and probably go ahead and post it and stuff like that. And then, sorry, nice. And then to answer your question about have I been to one, yes, I was a part of one of them. I don't know if I did one or two of them down there with Hell of a. I might have did one. And then I went to all the other ones though. Like I look up to Hell of a. We have a relationship, so you know I go down there and support. Hell of a is like a legend to me. That's one of the people I look up to because he was making beats before I even started making beats, and I started making beats over 10 years ago. So we'll be sitting down there at my grandma's house watching the local rap station on Comcast at night, and his stuff would pop up on there. And then as I was growing up, I kept hearing this stuff. So I'll probably be up there for real. And it's a good experience. And then, you know, I just go up there, take pictures and all that stuff. I'm looking now, see on my videos, the stuff come in live, like on my preview, so I'm looking on there for a second. And Payroll is another one. Like, Payroll is my favorite rapper out of Detroit, period. Payroll is my favorite rapper out of Detroit, period. Payroll had me wanting to get money and all that stuff he be talking about. I be feeling like I can relate to, even though I ain't a street dude. I ain't been in the streets, nothing like that. But hearing his music make me like, I can relate that stuff back to what I do. And from there, I go ahead and, you know, and I got some songs with him too. I'm just ready for those to come out because I'm like, man, I don't know how many. We can have a few songs together, and one of them is just dope, man. It's dope. But yeah, that's one of my favorite rappers and one of my favorite producers. Honestly, I love that Detroit sound that Dave developed. Let me go back up here because my comments moved. Can you give an example of how you laid down your 808 in the I'm Blue remix you did? Did I have an 808 in there? I thought I had a bass line. Let me check. I'm about to load the project real quick. Hopefully I don't get flagged because I got flagged on the last live stream. Alright. Oh, I did have an 808 in there. just gotta look at the what I did with it. Honestly, like some people that I follow, what's up, Keith? Some people I follow that are like in the music industry, they always say like if your 808s have melody or your bass line have melody, you will 9 times out of 10 get a placement, people like it or whatever. So what I do is like now I just sit up here, I do random stuff. Like I'll find the beat. Let me find a sample in here. I was supposed to just get this part in it real quick. So if I turn this up, like a lot of times when I do my 808s, I do it at a higher octave so that way I hear it. So it's just me. It's really just playing around. Like I lock in the scale and I just sit up here and mess around with it, then I drop it down the octave. So it goes from that. That's all. And then with that 808, I started the sample later than where it actually starts, so I lost the punch of it. So that way my kick will hit and it won't be like, you know, just trying different stuff. Squad. What was the name of Lil Wayne's mixtapes? Oh, I thought it was talking about Soulja Boy. I don't know what. I have so many Lil Wayne mixtapes. Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper in high school. Like, and then Ross came when Rick Ross. I know I say a lot of people are my favorites. I probably should do a video. I ain't gonna do a video. I probably should come up with a list of my top favorite rappers. But Ross is definitely up there for me. I think it's probably Biggie, Tupac. I got them all. They on their own level, but Ross is definitely up there. Ross is one of my favorite. I don't even know why I got on there. Oh, because that's where I kind of went from Lil Wayne to where when I was graduating, Ross came out with that Albert Anastasia with Blowing Money Fast and MC Hammer and Riding the Graduation. Listen to that. Was that Graduation? It got to be Graduation. Drake came out with Take Care that year. I don't know if it was just around that time though, man. That was a good time. I remember Every Day I'm Hustling. Rick Ross is. People sleep on Rick Ross, man. Rick Ross is a hit maker to me. What's the best MIDI keyboard if you're on a budget? Depends on what you want. There's tons of them out there. I got the Complete Control has the A series, which is a cheaper version of this without the screen. It's, well, I'm not gonna say cheaper, it's affordable, it has the same functions, you just don't have the screen, you have a smaller screen. The keyboard I started with was the Akai MPK49. I can't remember how much it cost, but you just gotta look at what you got and figure out what will work best for your setup. Once you do that, you'll be good to go. What am I sipping on? I'm sipping on water. I literally only drink water. Like 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time I only drink water. That's it. I'll occasionally go to Taco Bell, give me a Baja Blast freeze and stuff like that, like slushies every now and then, but water. That's all I drink. I got like 5 gallons of water in this room. I just pour it in the cup. Just keep it moving. Alright, where was I? What high school did I go to? I went to Ypsilanti High School. That must feel good. Yeah, it felt good to meet Lil B. Same with the Migos Versace beat. I'm just trying to do my own beats and eventually do sampling. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with sampling. Like, you could sample and still have your own style. Like, you can do whatever. You can do whatever's popping, but still add yourself to it. Like, do what you usually do. You don't have to copy somebody. Like, okay, let's say it's a beat that I like. Let's say Drake uses this beat and it's amazing. And I'm like, I want to make beats like that. When I say that, I'm not saying I'm going to sit down and make the exact same beat. If it's the atmosphere of the beat, I'm going to find some atmosphere created in my own way to make it get that same vibe and then add different things to it. Stuff like that. What's up, Afromia Recording? Hopefully I said that right. Alright, let me see. Alright, I already said that's a Sierra. I still got a ways to go with MK3. Till I get better with my time. And hey man, if you're trying to cut that learning curve short, I have one-on-one sessions, and I also have a machine course you can check out, and I also have tons of videos on YouTube. So somehow, some way, I will be able to help you on your journey to your mastery of the machine MK3. Whether it's the videos, whether it's the one-on-one session, or if it's the course, Any of the three, I'm sure will all work. Let me see. What's good? What's up, Ayo Bree Music? That Tupac sample you did was dope. Yeah, I made that because what did I do that for? Somebody commented on a beat that I uploaded in 2012 and they wanted to buy that beat. And I said, this beat is so old. That's back when I was using FL. I don't even have the files for it. I was like, I will remake the beat and then I will post it and you can buy it. And that's exactly what happened. I remade the beat, I posted it, and I think 2 people bought it when I posted it. I think something like that, but that's just how that came about. I did that with Busta Rhymes at a BET party, went to shake his hand. Dang, my comments just went up while I was reading. Where was I at? I went to shake his hand and he looked at my hand like he straight this. I have no love for that cat no more. I can't even listen to music. Man, people be doing. I got stories about stuff like that, and I'll probably talk about that stuff at a later time. But I mean, one thing I learned about all of this, like being involved and being around people, is you can't take stuff personal. I've had situations where I went to meet somebody and they completely blew me off, and then when they turn around later and see them in a different environment where it's not so many people around and somebody's there with them and I'm able to have a conversation and they're like, oh yeah, cool man, take my number, but I'm like, they don't remember I saw them at this one place and I was telling him I did this and I appreciate this and that and like, you're an inspiration. He's like, yeah, okay, and walked off, you know. But you just brush that stuff off and keep moving, because you never know what somebody else is going through at the same time. They can be going through something and they ain't trying to be bothered with nobody. That Lil Jon was straight up murder music. I appreciate that, man. I love that sample beat. That's probably one of my favorites here as of lately. I love sample song from Case. That was all cold. Where you get your DDS drop. Alright, did I post a Case sample beat on here? I remember making it. I don't know if I ever posted it. Where'd I get my DDS drop from? The story about my drop. I went to commercialkings.com to buy a drop. The person who was supposed to make it got sick or something and didn't make it, and then there was just supposedly there was a random girl in the studio at the time that I went to there was a random girl in the studio at the time when they went to make my tag, is what I was trying to say, and she did it and it turned out to be that, and she wasn't even supposed to do my tag. So I'm like, I wonder if she hears it and all that stuff and what she thinks, because she would probably hear her voice on the radio and stuff. Interesting story. But shout out to Commercial Kings. And it was like, I was wondering, I'm like, where my stuff at, where my tag at? And it was like, I'm sorry, the person's this, we'll get somebody to do it right now. I want to get into sampling. What do you use to upload samples in the machine? They just got to be WAV files. So it's like, if I take music off of here, I just got to convert it to WAV if it's MP3 and put it on there and it's good to go. You just drop it in there. But I use Serato Sample though, so that's all. Sorry, I'm doing that. My back feel weird. I need a gamer chair. I feel like with samples, it already does it for you and gives you the ideas coming from a creative music background like jazz. It's not hard to come up with your own ideas. No, it's not even that it's hard to come up with your own ideas. Like, it's, I mean, they say there's no original ideas, but I'm saying sometimes I will play something that sounds similar to something else. Not even trying, but I'm saying even then I have such appreciation for some songs that it would take me back to where I was and I want to sample it again. And I'm like, I want to sample that because that takes me back to this moment in time, put my own twist to it, and that's just what it is. I mean, everybody does that. Some of the hottest songs out have samples in it. That's interesting. I don't see you as a trap producer at all. I appreciate that, but people say, I get that a lot. It's either trap or it's, you know, I don't know, just hip hop, you know, whatever. But I mean, I'm cool with the hip hop thing. I'm cool with all of it. But I just don't see myself as being like I'm a trap producer. The price, the VST. Okay, I don't know what we was talking about right there. You said the price of it. Are you talking about complete? Right now I have complete ultimate collector's edition. I think that's $1,600. Prior to that, the complete that I bought like years ago was the $1,000 one, because I feel like if you're gonna spend $500, spend $1,000. If you don't have it at the time, just save it, because you will get, if it's worth it. That's just how I look at stuff like this is investments. When I bought complete for $1,000, excuse me, the sounds that came with it made me all that money back like that. So those are investments. You have to invest in yourself. Like this camera, the camera that I'm using, like, let me show y'all this real quick. Like, let me show y'all some real money real quick. So, no, let me stop. Let me stop. Shoot, just these 3 lenses right here. This one was like $150 or $200. This one was like $700, I think, something like that. This one was like $400. The one on my camera was another $200. The camera itself is like $1,500. So I say all that to say, spend the money to make the investments as long as you have a plan on how you can make your money back. I've made all my money back off of the camera equipment I have, whether it's from my YouTube videos or if it's from me actually getting paid to do photography work or video work. So you just gotta invest. Like same thing with music. Like all the investments, you spend the money, it's gonna come back to you as long as you put the time in with it. That's how I feel. Studio, hey, I'm way all the way up here on comments. Studio was like 800 now. I mean, the Love Somebody song he did gave me a trap vibe, just my opinion. What's that? I don't know what song it is. Might have been something I sampled though. Talking about the Squad Up joints. I'll be there. How is it? Oh, I'm assuming you talking about the Hell of a Thing. It's cool, man. It's a real good experience. You will learn from him how he does things. He's a real cool dude. It's real fun. Okay. I just meant I was clarifying because sorry for this track is gonna be it. I love the Machine Studio. Yeah, Machine Studio is dope. Payroll Mines too. So you love samples through Serato. I don't know if you answered that already. Serato sample is a VST that you can sample with. It's real simple. Like give you all the information. That's the best way to sample in my opinion. I really love a lot of your beats, and I've asked you before about making beats using the Wham. She Wants Everything. I know you kill it. I think I downloaded that. I might even sampled it already. I had to. No, I didn't sample that one. Somebody asked me to sample this, but I sampled that. But I got that song. I remember you asked me about it. I got it. Never Made a Weak Song, and him and Cardo is a perfect mix. Yeah, him and Cardo are a perfect match. I met Payroll first time I met him, didn't really say nothing because I was just didn't really know. I was new to everything. Like I was at the Try Me video shoot and I met him. The second time somebody gave me his number because I said I wanted to work with him, and I just hit him up, and it just went like that. Like just I really just reached out, and now it's really just either a text or a DM or email where I just be like, hey, I wanted to send you this, send you that, and you get back. Any advice for coming up with melodies? I come up with my melodies just like this. Like I just be playing whatever. Like it's really no, what am I trying to say? It's not that complicated to me. It's just gotta have fun. Like don't overthink it. A lot of people overthink stuff. For real. How you put loops to fit right on your song? It depends. Like if you're using native instrument loops, I mean, even if you're not, they have the audio module that will lock things into a loop and it'll match your tempo and everything. You'll be able to go back and forth like that. But like I come up with melodies just like this. Around. I need to holler at me. I got a ton of their gear. Had a Machine Studio, Complete Audio 6, Tractor Audio 10, Tractor C2 mixer, the Control S4. A lot of people ask me how can they like get into those situations with native instruments, and I tell them you just have to build your brand, because I have no answer as to how, because some people be thinking that I could just be like, oh, go check out this person and that'll happen. if they ask me, I can probably give them a suggestion like, you know, this person works with your stuff and they do this, they do that. But I'm saying aside from that, without me being that connector, when I did it, it came from me just having, like, doing YouTube videos on Native Instrument stuff, like, all the time. Like, seriously, that's all I used to do. Like, I had tons of machine videos before I started working with them. I paid for the Machine Jam, the Machine Studio, the Machine Micro, the 2 micros I have, the Complete Control, all that stuff, and I did videos on it. So it's just over time you have to build your brand. That's just not with Native Instruments. When I built my brand up, and also, like, I'm still building. I'm not where I want to be with my brand. This is gonna be a monster when I'm done with it, because it's not gonna be just about me. But I'm building all this up, and then people notice. I have companies reach out to me about different things, like, can you do a video on this, or how about this? I want to send you some clothes. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's just when you build your brand up and you have an audience, or you don't even have to have that big of an audience. It's just a matter of you having a presence and contributing value on a consistent basis, and people can go to you and people look to you for your input on certain things. Those companies will come to you. A lot of people think it's, oh, you know this person, or you had this song. So they, like, when I talked to the people originally, like the first time I sat down and had a conversation with them over Skype, I was just telling them about what I did, and they didn't know who Dave Stuff was. They didn't know about Try Me or nothing like that. So they were like, you know, it didn't mean nothing to them. So it wasn't that they came from that. It was all from YouTube. AG, the OG, man, I gotta get in contact with you, man. I went ahead and picked the winner for the last contest. I got the email from the person. When I pick the winner, I always pick 2 just in case the first person doesn't respond in a reasonable time. I give them I usually give a day or 2 to respond. If you don't respond, I will go ahead and give it to the runner-up, and you were the runner-up of the last one, man. But I notified the winner. I just haven't gotten a response yet, so you might be the one getting it after a while. I try to give people a time frame, but I know it's the weekend, so I'm like trying to give them a little bit of extra time. But let me see. Thoughts on Exhale from Native Instruments. Exhale is from Output. I like Exhale. I used it on a nice amount of my tracks. I don't use it as frequently as I used to, but I do use it. Alright, where am I at? Never approach an artist when you see them in public. I disagree with that. I think it just depends on where you're at. You know, what type of energy is around and how you approach an artist. Like, I wouldn't go up to an artist like, "Yo, bro, I'm trying to," like, no, it's like, "How you doing? I'm such." It depends on what's going on. I had an artist that I wanted to work with badly. He was major. He was on his way to being major. I wanted to work with him so bad. Here he is, right here in front of me. The reason why I didn't talk to him is because the people that was around him. Like, the energy just wasn't right. And then shortly after that, he ended up getting killed. I want to say maybe 2 months after that, because I was always like, man, I'll just be able to get with him later. You know, we'll cross paths again. Like, we'll run across each other again. And he got killed 2 months after that. And it was like, dude was literally right here, and I let all this stuff stop me. So it really depends on how I feel about the situation. But you never want to go if it don't feel right. I would say just leave it alone. But then on top of that, you got to weigh it out yourself. Like, you can't go up there, oh, I'm gonna work with that. It's like, excuse me, can I talk to so and so? I'm this, I'm that, and I just wanted to have a conversation about that. Okay, cool, you come through. Or if you see them by themselves, just an excuse me. No, it wasn't XXX. It was somebody else. But yeah, man, that stuff be that taught me a lesson though. It's like, if I really want to work with somebody and I had that chance face to face, go for it. Like, you just gotta feel on the vibe though. That's all. Alright, where was I at? Do a sample beat with Soul Sonic Force, Planet Rock. I got a Planet Rock sample beat on here. It's on private though. It's from 2011. I could put it up. I could put it back on public and share it so that we all can see it. For real. Yes. I just started producing. With some advice you can give me? Have fun. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Have fun. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. have fun, make music that you enjoy. If you enjoy country music beats, make country music beats. Don't try and do stuff that everybody else do. Follow what you want to do, and just make sure you have fun. That's all it is to me. It's like you gotta have fun with the stuff. Keep going, be consistent. It may be tough at the beginning, but just be consistent and it'll work out the more time you put into it. That's awesome. Tag, thank you. Yeah, that was commercialkings.com. You can't pick the person. That's the thing. You can't pick the person that did mine because they said somebody else did it. So, because that wasn't how it was supposed to sound, but I didn't mind it. I kept it. Alright, where am I at now? When do you think the next machine update is coming? Will they improve the piano roll? Machine Studio MK2. I have no information on any upcoming stuff. If I had to go based off of experience over the past few years, it seems like a machine has came out every year. It was the Studio at one point, then it became the Jam, and then after the Jam it became the MK3. Then after the MK3, the Micro MK3 came out. So I think the only one that's due for a upgrade would be the Studio, and that's all based off of the past couple years, you know, and around the fall time. But I don't know anything. It'll be cool though. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be excited about the Machine Studio because it will have to be something that's bigger than, not bigger, but I'm saying it has to step up what the MK3 did, and it'll have to also be a step up to the Studio. So looking forward to seeing the future and seeing what comes with that. But as of right now, I don't know nothing. Sometimes I gotta feel inspired to make a beat because sometimes my beats be sounding trash. That's probably because it sounds like you force yourself. If you're not inspired to make a beat, you just walk away from it. I mean, I get inspired by sitting here and doing this. Like this beat up here started with me just finding this. Like it's literally me doing that, and then from there I added my drums, and it just builds up. And then went to this. Then went to my 808. Yeah, that's all it is. Just gotta go through sounds, have fun, but never force it though. Never force it. So with a Serato sample, you know, I explained that one already. How does exporting audio and machine software work if I have tracks with audio routed through tracks? Keep group level to track on another group or multi-output. Man, well, you had that stuff routed out. I think you had to do it from the sounds, but I used to. You go to export and then do it from the sound level, but if you want your effects and stuff, you have to do it through the group level. But I've done things where I would record my master, like if I added effects and stuff, I would record my master, and then I would just drop that into Logic, and then that way when I have all of my stems, I have all the effects I did on one master, and I put it where I want it to go, and then have it fade in through Logic. Like this beat that I'll play, this effect at the beginning was that I recorded it, and then I put it into Logic afterwards. Like that noise right there, that little effect was all in machine. I routed everything to my master and did it. But yeah. Machine seems to export master level really hot. Clipping, do you change the level in each group before export? Use the limiter. I don't export from the master level. I do it from the sound level because I mix inside of Logic. But if I was to mix inside a machine, I definitely would probably put a limiter on it before I exported it. Why? Let's see. Did you just buy all the stuff and know how to use it, or had to learn how to use it? So I didn't go to school. Mike Anthony, I'm not doing beat reviews. For some reason, YouTube sent out the notification that I was, but this is my Q&A live stream. I do Q&A live streams on Sundays, and I think my beat reviews will be on Wednesdays. But I got into the music stuff when I was in high school. Well, before high school, like even when I was in middle school, I was playing around with making beats and stuff. I just didn't really know what I was doing. And then, oh, you good, man. I was just letting you know. YouTube just be tripping sometimes. That's all. But when I was in high school, I just learned. And then when I got machine, I didn't know nothing about machine. I just saw some other people use it and thought it was cool. Like I saw videos on YouTube and I picked it up. And I just got with it, spent time with it, and learned it. And then it changed my music life. Like I make beats better now and all that stuff, I feel like. So that's all. Just take the time, learn it. What's sensitivity is my machine? You know, I have no clue, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even know how to tell you. I'm going to my hardware. It said my sensitivity is on 75. I don't know why I said I don't know how to tell you, but sampling challenge for you. Something. Dang, I dropped all the way down to the bottom of the comments. Something you probably never heard. Look for a group called Tears of Fear. A song called Shout. Like to hear what you come with. Alright, I'll screenshot that. Do you do acoustic type beats with fast snaps? I don't know what you're talking about, like snaps like that, like just like a guitar or something like that, and some snaps. Cause that's what you're talking about. I think I've done a couple beats like that. Have you ever thought about sampling Kevin McLeod? No, I haven't, but I will look into it though. Does Omnisphere and Nexus 2 work the same? Looking to buy a VST. If you had one, had to pick one, which one? If you just want sounds that's ready to go out the box, well, I guess either one of them is cool. Omnisphere has a bigger library right out the bat. It's more powerful. You can change more things. You can layer things up. Nexus has presets, but you can take different layers out of. You can mix it different, add different effects to it, things like that. But I would probably say Omnisphere is the most popular right now. And from there, I would just, you know, I'll go with Omnisphere. That's the hottest thing right now. Everybody using Omnisphere, but Nexus is still cool though. Like I don't want nobody to think that Nexus isn't good, because Nexus is still good. Exhale is incredible, but I noticed I haven't really used it as much in a while. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I enjoy I enjoyed Exhale, but it's like lately I really haven't used it like that. When I first got it, it was all I used. And what I suggest you get Omnisphere versus Nexus. Yeah, Omnisphere is the more popping thing right now. You find more sounds that match what's going on now. Both are great. The next expansions are incredible. You get some really good third-party ones. Yeah. Pray for whoever bet on Broner last night. Yeah, I saw that. No, I didn't hear that. Pierre Bourne and Carlo Tape yet. Curtis King mentioned years ago that the best way to get inspired musically is to go through some life changes and see new things, go outside, visit places, and that's true. Getting a new, just being out, like me being in here working gets stale. So in order for me to not get stale, it's like I have to do other things. And it used to be I would have to go out and you know, go places and try and just take my stuff somewhere and work and do all that. But now I found a way to work in here that actually made it not be so stale to be working in here, and that's like doing the YouTube videos and studying. Like I have a purpose that I'm going after now with all of this stuff. So since I have that goal in mind, it doesn't really, because I don't make beats all day. I think my problem came when I was making beats all day. I'll be right here trying to make a beat, and I just wouldn't have no motivation. But now, since I have a goal in mind that doesn't just, it revolves around music, but it's not solely based on music. It's like, okay, I can't make a beat right now. I'm gonna go work on this. Oh, this has inspired me. Now I need to go back and sit down and make a beat so I can implement what I just learned into my business this way. That may not even have nothing to do with beats, but it's just growing. Like even with these live streams and stuff, it's like this motivates me. But alright, where was I at? Where am I based? I know I saw that somewhere. I'm outside of Detroit. I'm in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and Commercial Kings. I don't know. I think they based in New York, if I'm not mistaken. They be doing stuff for BET and all that. No, I don't get any static when I load Native Instrument kits. It might be the specific kit that you're using. Some of them have vinyl effects on it. Let me see. What's my thoughts on hybrid keys? I like hybrid keys. It's dope to me. I will still say it doesn't touch Keyscape, but it's still dope. Like it sounds good to me. Like this is what I just loaded up right now. So when I do this beat reviews, hopefully all y'all come back and send in your beats. I gotta do another podcast episode this week too. What ideas would y'all like, or what topics would you guys like to hear me talk about on this next podcast? I have an idea for what I'm gonna do, but I want to see some of y'all ideas as well. I'm gonna try and make it to where it's probably around 30 plus minutes long, because I know the last video was only like 10 minutes or something like that. But the one topic that I know I'm going to talk about, I don't know if I'm going to do it this week or next week, it will be about finances and like, you know, why I think certain things are important when it comes to finances. So I did videos on the stock market. This podcast won't even really be about the stock market. It will just be about finances in general, and like why I think it's super important to have multiple streams of income. Drake acoustic type beat, similar to Nice for What? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by acoustic, because to me that's Nice for What was a sample beat. So I'm trying to figure out what did I go wrong in thinking that. Maybe I got the wrong term. We should have a huge discussion on FL versus Machine and other DAWs. I mean, to be honest with you, all of them do the same thing. The only thing Machine can't do that those things do, which you probably could do in Machine, I just wouldn't recommend it, is record a whole song in there. You might be able to do it in Machine, but you know, I wouldn't do it. When you do a podcast with Kyle Beats, I'll do a podcast with anybody. Like I was on DJ Av's podcast today. Shout out to him and Mr. Different. I appreciate them allowing me to even be a part of that. I had a lot of fun doing that. It was cool. But with my podcast, some of the things I want to do, like I'm starting to do it by myself. I really don't want to do it by myself, because I feel like when I do the stuff by myself, it's just me talking. I like having other people's opinions. Like, I got this book. It's a book of questions. And I'm going to do this on the podcast. Or I don't even know if it's going to necessarily be a podcast. It might just be some stuff where I talk with some of my friends about ideas, about life and whatnot. And it's a book of questions that I have. And these questions are so crazy. Like, it's like, if you were about to die and you knew that if you were about to die, you know that you could live by pushing a button, but when you push that button, it'll take somebody else's life. Would you push that button? And I feel like if I get two, maybe just one other person or two other people, we'll sit around and just discuss that and be like, well, what does that mean? You know, it'll be something completely different. It won't be necessarily revolved around music. And then we could talk about music. We talk about everything that goes on, but it's just seeing different sides. This is the stuff that I really do. Like, I have a whole book of those questions, like 300 pages of questions like that. And we just sit around and just talk about that stuff. And it's just life. And like, one thing I was going to do is when I was going over my boy Javon's house, we used to play this game called One Night Werewolf. And there'll be me and probably about 4 other people, and we would sit there and just be, it's a game where you try to pick out who lying and all that stuff, and it was just fun. It was just fun. I was gonna live stream those before. Let me see. Discuss NI plugins versus third-party plugins for like Reactor Instruments versus Omnisphere. See that to me those are just like simple questions. Like I could just tell you the answer to that right now. It'd be like, for me, native instrument plugins are great. Omnisphere is great. Omnisphere is what I go to create atmosphere. Native instruments plugins is what I go to if I want, majority of the time, if I want some real sounding instruments, if I want some real strings. Before Keyscape, real pianos, real guitar, stuff like that. So, you know, it's really just a matter of preference at that point. Yes, but sampling R&B song that's acoustic and nice for what type of way? Because most of your beats have those fast snaps. I have samples with some slow stuff on it. Let me see if I can play it. Like, you talking about slower samples, I just have to find it real quick. Because this stuff is being used. I don't even know if this is a sample. Yeah, that's a sample. I don't know, man. I got samples that's not really fast. I just have to find it. But when you say third party, are you saying third party presets or plugins? Third party presets are different. Like, you can buy presets for Omnisphere and other stuff like that, which is just another market of getting other sounds. I don't really go into that because I feel like with some of the stuff that I have found for Nexus, like people were giving out expansions that they made. All it is a sound that they found in Nexus or other stuff, and then swap it out, like twist the audio around and put effects on it and whatnot. Nicole Black says she couldn't push the button if someone else would die because of it. Now, would that change if somebody would die that you wouldn't know, and if they would die in their sleep? Like, they'll have a peaceful death, and you don't know who it is. They have a peaceful death, but it saves your life. Would you do it? Somebody you don't even know, and they have a peaceful death. Would you do it then? See, the book asks you simple questions like that, then they'll go to another question about that one question. See, yeah, nobody's really speaking on there. Okay, I said that. How can I add audio track to a beat already made in the machine without adding bars to a track? How can I add an audio track to a beat already made in machine without adding bars to a track? Put it in another group. That's what I'll do. Put it in another group, or either put it. You have your stuff on sound A or sound 1, and then go to sound 2 and put it on there. I dropped my phone. Taking on their personality, or am I still? No, you still yourself. You're still yourself if they die. Like, you're still yourself. Like, you're yourself. It's like if like the doctor was like, hey, you're gonna die in 2 days, but we got this other, or somebody, we got this thing where somebody else out there can die. They'll die in their sleep. You don't even know who they are. You just push this button and you live, and they die. You know. Yeah, I agree with you, Nicole Black. I agree with you 100%. That stuff is crazy. Check out your Jeffrey Osborne change it up type beat. I mean, in that style, but acoustic. I have to check it out real quick. I don't even think I spelled it right. So you saying, can I do more beats like that? I could do that. That's easy. You got samples that blow my mind. Somebody sent me a list of samples like 2 nights ago. I gotta listen to those and see what they. I got so much stuff I gotta do. I got samples. I got people who send me loops. I just been on some other stuff. Wasn't there a movie like that? I don't know if it was a movie like that, but the book has some crazy questions. Like, I would grab the book and ask a question now, but I really don't feel like getting up to grab the book. For real, for real. Oh, that was you who sent me the... Nah, that wasn't you that sent me that list. Because I could have swore it came from a new... Maybe it was you, because I'm looking at something right there on that thing. Maybe it was you. Because somebody has that same picture as their... It was you. Somebody has a similar picture. Okay, yeah, that was you. See, I'm thinking you somebody else now. I'm thinking you somebody else because they had the same picture as you. I feel you. I don't know, because if I had to get body of a criminal or something, wouldn't it be fun staying in jail all my life or something? No, man, I'm saying you wouldn't die at all. It's just you be you. You just push the button and it saves you from dying at all. But yeah, man, I wouldn't push the button though. Take somebody else's life. I would just use those 2 days to get my business together and keep it moving. This boy saying he gonna be a lesbian for real, for real. Ah, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm probably about to cut the stream. I'm about to chill out. I was gonna try and make some beats, but I don't really feel like it. I'll probably just get back on it tomorrow. I made 3 of them already today, so I'm just like, I'm about to chill. I'm not about to force nothing. I'm gonna watch True Detective and call it a night. No, for real though, if any of y'all play Xbox, I think I'm about to get on Fortnite for like 20 minutes. Play one game. I started to get on Fortnite last night. I turned the Xbox on and I looked at Fortnite. I turned it on and I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it no more, but I'm probably gonna get on there. Man, the driveway gonna be staying like that till the morning. Oh, no problem, man. I just appreciate y'all showing up in here. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, that's real. If you can turn it on and say that. Man, listen, I got on there and I just literally stared at it for like a minute, and I was like, why am I about to play this? I'm like, this ain't even... I'm not even gonna have fun with it no more, because I haven't played Fortnite in probably going on a month, and it's just been like, because that's the only reason I was playing Xbox was to play Fortnite, and it's like now when I get on there, I'm like, what's the point? But I'm probably gonna get on there though. Man, I think we got like 5 inches, probably 4 or 5 inches yesterday, the snow, and then the wind's blowing, so all the snow that got shoveled is now blowing right back over to everything else. And then on top of that, I'm gonna tell y'all the temperature right now. It's 1 degree outside. Right. Yeah, you can see that. That's 1. 1. I started to go outside and get me a frappe earlier, and I was like, I ain't going outside. It's too cold. You can holler back at me on Instagram. I appreciate it. I'm not Terry Canada, so we get it the worst. Yeah, I check my DMs. Like I said, I just don't be checking my stuff like that. I should check it. I be having conversations with people and I don't be responding for days at a time sometimes. I heard it was 30 degrees in Atlanta today, so this weather stuff is crazy. Yeah, it was cold earlier. Like, it was 4 degrees, but the sun was out there shining. It's crazy. And then, like, it's supposed to be -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Like, bro, it's gonna be cold. But then the thing about it is, on Wednesday it's gonna be 40 degrees. That's wild. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Hopefully you all have a wonderful evening. I will be back tomorrow. I have a couple videos lined up to drop tomorrow, and we'll see if they come out. If I might put those out, or I might put out a beat. I had another idea for a video I was going to do, but like I said, with this podcast I'm gonna talk about multiple streams of income and things of that nature, because I want all my people to get to a point where they can make some side money. And I need to get a podcast where I get a guest. I'm gonna go to a restaurant and we just gonna have some food, and you know, hopefully nobody gets upset if I eat chicken wings or nothing like that. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Have chicken wings and talk about whatever is going on. So hopefully I don't lose any subscribers over that, because not all gonna be music based, but it's gonna be about life and everything. I think I'm gonna stream Fortnite on Twitch if I get on, though. Just letting y'all know. I don't know if any of y'all want to get on there. What interface do I use? I have a Scarlett 2i2 interface. Man, I appreciate that, Sir Von Scott. Don't smack in the mic. Nah, I think that's the thing. That's one of the things that I'm worried about, because I'm not going to take the actual microphone. I'm probably just going to take the microphone that I'm using now on my camera, like that you hear. Because if I take a mic, it's going to be too much to set up every time I go. And then on top of that, I got to buy another mic because I only have one for myself. So, and I had to get another interface because if I had 3 people, I'm gonna really need that podcast thing right out the gate. But my plan is to eventually get an office space, and I'll have all this stuff set up in my office space where we just go to my office. But till I get that, I'm gonna get like, go to different restaurants. Like, I love food. It's gonna be like a vlog, honestly. I did one before and I never put it out. Like, I tried so many different ideas and I didn't put it out because I was worried about, you know, people not liking it because it had nothing to do with music. Like, we literally had a life conversation. We walked around downtown, recorded it, had a life conversation at Buffalo Wild Wings at like midnight. I told them I needed a quiet place to go, and they set us up on the side. We was up there talking. Yeah, link up if I come to Detroit. My sister lives there. Just let me know when you come out here. I'll definitely try to meet up with you. I'm about 45 minutes away, but that ain't nothing. If you come up here, just let me know. We'll definitely make it happen. That would be dope. When are you doing another giveaway? Possibly tomorrow. Okay, your sister in Flint. Okay, I know exactly where she at. She probably about, Detroit is like northeast of where I'm at. Flint is just straight up north, so it's probably about an hour some change. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm doing another giveaway. I don't know what it's gonna be tomorrow. I had to get it together. It's probably gonna be the George Duke Soul Treasure, I think it's called. I think, or I might do a machine expansion. I'm not sure, but tomorrow I probably will start. It'll either be tomorrow or Tuesday. If I do it tomorrow, if I don't do it tomorrow, you'll know why tomorrow, because I got other stuff I'm gonna put out. I can't speak for the whole group, but you definitely got a life fan supporter here, man, and I believe you have very many, so don't trip off pushing the button, bro. If you think it's a good idea, it's a good idea. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the support, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, man, I'm like, I gotta do something else, you know, just to broaden it out. Like, even with the podcast thing, I recorded that video and I was like, man, I ain't even about to put this out. I said that at the end of the video. I'm like, I recorded this thing, I ain't even about to put it out. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna put it out. I'm like, man, forget it, I don't care. Cause how am I gonna know if people gonna like it if I don't put it out? And I got all positive feedback on that, and I was just like, wow. Like, and I'm like, I'm sitting here, all I got behind me is my computer screen and my speakers and my wall. Like, it's like I'm just sitting here and I got my microphone. But no, I appreciate that, for real, all the support. And then DJ Av and Mr. Different was telling me that I could put my podcast up on iTunes and stuff through DistroKid, and I already have a DistroKid account, so I'm about to start ripping the audio and throwing it up there. I just need a name for my podcast, really. What do you think about the new Akai Force? Do you think the typical 4x4 pad matrix is on its way out? And do you think the next machine going to an 8x8 pad layout? I talked about the Akai Force earlier. It's cool. It seemed like it'll be something that like a standalone, so it'll be something just different. It'll be like Mr. Different said, it's like playing an instrument in that case, like you're not connected to the computer. So I would look at it that way. It'll be cool, and then I'm cool with it. You know, I'm not gonna buy it. I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but if they want to send me one, they can send me one. But do I think machine will go to 8x8 pad layout? I hope not. I think that would be too much. I think that would be too much. I don't know though. I just can't see it, because like I don't see the need to have all those pads right now unless I'm controlling two separate groups or something like that, maybe, but I don't really see the need for it right now. I think what machine could do is do like a mixture of the MK3 and the Jam somehow, put it together. I use a Scarlett 2i2 interface. Something like that is what I would see. But I don't know though. Just curious, did you work with any Akai models? I used the Akai MPK49 when I made Dej Loaf's Try Me and a lot of the other songs that we did together. Yeah, man, Mr. Different, cool, man. A lot of these guys are really cool. Like in the whole community, like Knox Square, it's in here. You know, it's crazy. Like it's just a community of people. That's all. Like we're just creators, and we all have our own lanes. We all do our own thing. We have our own personalities, and it's like everybody I've come across is cool. Like I was saying that story about people in the industry and stuff. People be like on games and stuff, but people that I meet from, you know, I don't even have to meet you. It's just people that I talk to or that's just in the circle are really cool. But yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm probably gonna hop on Fortnite, break my little few weeks of no playing for a few. I'm tired, so I know I ain't gonna be on that long. And I will have some videos up tomorrow, and hopefully y'all have a good evening. And if y'all had to work tomorrow, have a good work day, and if not, enjoy y'all off day. I'm out.